Hello, everyone. Anyone, someone out there, quite possibly. There are exactly 4 viewers. Awesome. How we all doing, everybody? What's up? It is Pyrotechnics. And today, I'm going to be casting another match, probably streaming afterwards. We'll see how that goes, because this is a very special episode of StarCasts, the casting show that I do on some occasion that I want to get on a regular schedule, but need to work that out. Yes. Today is the 21st episode of StarCasts, and that's a very special day in any young internet TV show's life, where it gets entirely drunk. So, we're going to start off by cracking one and casting a game. And here's how it's going to go. I am going to cast the game, and I'm going to drink whenever. This is a master's level game, so it's reasonably high level of play. I am going to drink whenever a really shitty engagement is taken, and we'll see how fast that beer goes down. Okay, you guys ready for it? We are starting it up very, very soon. This is an old game on our Cast It, but there's nothing new posted, and I haven't figured out another way to get good games other than just trolling around on forums or Drop SC, so I'm going to load this game up. Because why not? So here we go. And I'm in a little box, but no, that's for streaming. Here we go. Oh god, I hope this loads. I can't even see what's going on with the rest of these. This is not good. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. Oh god. Is it even gonna load? Guys, I'm not sure it's gonna load. Oh, it's gonna load. It's gonna load. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Wow. Wow, that's really slow. What's going on with the frame rate? I'm gonna turn this down. Oh god, I'm so sorry. Ugh. Not good at all. Medium low for now. We will keep it low. Oh. Okay, well, yeah. Yeah, okay, fine. We'll do it that way. We'll do it live. Well, here we are. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, it is Derelict Watcher, the map. We have our red Zerg player. It is DJHelium. Give it up for that sweet panoramic view. Alright, and his opponent spawning in the top right-hand corner. Did I say bottom right? I meant bottom left for that last player. It is, I can't pronounce whatever that is, but IW's InZaNe. Alrighty then, kicking it off as ZVT TVZ for you Terran players. Not one I have seen in some time, but of course the Terran is going to do the typical, fairly obvious duh approach of beginning to wall off against early Zergling aggression. DJHelium is going to do, interestingly enough, a bit of a gas trick here in between getting his Overlord. So this is sort of a toss-up. What exactly you want to get done. He's going to Zergling Scout, presumably for cheese, 2 racks, something of that nature. But what you do early in the game as a Zerg player really has a big impact on your early game economy when you decide to either do this gas trick to prevent the Overlord, to prevent your supply from getting overly capped at 10. You know, for those of you that don't know, you build gas on your gas geyser, you build an extractor, cancel it as you build another of your drones so you can get up to a higher drone count quickly. But it looks like DJHelium is going to, in fact, take a 15 pool, a 15 hatch. So this is kind of up in the air what good this really does. When you consider do you do this gas trick, do you not? It's sort of very, very small difference, but it's big in the early game. If there was early aggression, that would make a huge difference. Not the case here, so we're not going to worry about it. DJHelium is going to get out of town. Of course, seeing this barracks down, seeing that there is in fact one gas, we are going to see Reapers coming out of this base, and the drone continues to attack the supply depot. I'm going to call that a bad engagement, so we're going to pause it really quick, switch it back over to me, and I'm going to take a drink. I'm proving to you that I'm taking a drink. In fact, I'm just going to switch it into this awesome camera view, my streaming view, because screw it, that's what we're doing this episode. Oh my god, is that SCV going to die? Oh god. Oh, no. Oh, it gets away. Okay. Alright. Anyways, spawning pool is coming down as well as an actual gas now on DJHelium's side of the field, who's up to 17 supply. He is probably, given this late pool timing, 15-16 or so, going to be going for, I'm just going to call it right now, 2-base muto play against ZVT. It's usually a good bet. He's going to need to defend. This barracks is pumping out now quite a large number of Reapers. One is already out. A second one is coming. That is a pretty decent harass. And he's going to have to defend this natural. He is just barely getting a queen on the way. Slowlings are not going to be able to stop these Reapers on or off creep, but he's building 8 of them. So hopefully enough to chase it away, but... well, there's no drones there to snipe, but he will get some free link kills if he has good micro. We'll see how it goes. InZaNe coming into the base right now, scouting everything out with the Reapers. He pulls drones. They do absolutely nothing. The Reaper takes a negligible amount of damage. Meanwhile, over at the natural of InZaNe, he is building himself up straight on top of it, the command center, instead of making part of his wall off. Another Reaper comes on out of the field. Meanwhile, this one nearly dying, a bit mismicroed. 1 or 2 lings, I believe, did die in all of that. Just one. And the other Reaper comes in to relieve the other one of duty. The Queen is now out on the field, though, able to deter those attacks reasonably well. And you've got this Queen kind of just hanging out here, and Zergling speed on the way. So, drone transfers coming down. Right now, drone production is the main priority for DJHelium. He wants to saturate both his bases. He is not mining any gas beyond this initial extractor's 100 worth. A couple of lings, meanwhile, back at the natural of InZaNe are harassing, and this switch is about to go down between the barracks and the factory, indicating the typically standard 6 Hellion play. And those lings will get cleaned up without a whole lot of trouble. 2 Hellions now being produced out of that factory, and the Queen doesn't have enough energy to larva inject. That is very unfortunate. Right now, it's all drones all the time, though, for DJHelium, who just has a couple of links to defend. If these Hellions come out and couple up with these Reapers, it's going to be a reasonably big early push. And oh no, DJHelium, he is deciding to build a hatchery at his 3rd. Instead of building up units, he doesn't know this is coming. He hasn't seen anything but the barracks. This could be bad, bad news if these Hellions come out and do a serious bit of damage. Upgrades are now starting. The orbital commands are up and running. Tech Lab is now researching. Stim, that is. And we got 3 command centers, a 3rd orbital coming in. This is going to be a big, big attack, but the Speedlings are now out on the field. They could get good surrounds, but here come the Hellions and the Reapers. They're going to do a fair amount of damage if they poke in here. They could probably pick that Queen off nice and easy. But is this a good engagement for the Zerg player? Is he coming in? He is actually doing pretty well with the number of Hellions there. This is actually very good timing. Forces these Hellions and Reapers back. Takes a bunch of stuff out. SCVs and Mules are coming off the line, running away as fast as they can. But this wall is going to get destroyed before it begins. Cancels the bunker. And here come the Hellions again. A decent little surround with the Zerglings, but a lot of them will go down. And the Hellion gets away with 10 HP. These Zerglings will get cleaned up without killing a whole hell of a lot, but that attack was deterred. Excellent work, actually, and really no bad engagements, unfortunately, because I wanted to start drinking heavily. We'll just have to see. There's a lot of StarCraft still to play. And 2 Evolution Chambers now coming down out on the field. 2 more Queens in production. So going up to 3 base heavy macro right now. The Zerg player with a decent bit of map control out on the field thanks to these Lings, even though there is a significant number of Hellions and 2 more Reapers still surviving out on the field. Drones are now being transferred over to the 3rd base. These are not being produced out of these Evolution Chambers. Forgive me, one has just started, plus 1 carapace. But the creep is a spreading. And here come the Hellions. Lings are going to pull back, and the Reapers and Hellions deciding to not quite go to the 3rd base. A little bit of dancing around here, and here comes the engagement. Should he have taken it? No, he shouldn't have. A couple of Zerglings get toasted, and a few more take a lot more damage. I think that's worthy of a drink. Okay. +1 Carabase still on the way right now. +1 attack is now being thrown into the mix. 18 Zerglings in production. A Baneling Nest coming down. Zergling Baneling all day. And this is actually looking like a pretty decent move. Heavy bio play coming out of InZaNe. And even though the Zerg has no way of knowing this, he has guessed that that is what it's going to be. He has thrown all his eggs in that basket, and the surround, oh, it almost happens. Doesn't quite, and now it will. And oh my goodness, the Hellions, all but 1 go down, and the Reapers. Things are not looking good for InZaNe right now, who attempts to remax in that engagement. He lost quite a lot of units. And right now, it's looking like the Zerg, who is in decent position, good position, I'd even argue. He, in fact, has map control. He has 3 bases to the Terrans, too. Upgrades are still a little bit farther behind, and the one Ling is going to poke in. Banelings are going to be coming out really soon, and I forgot to drink for that last engagement. You know, every engagement is bad for one player or the other, unless both players decimate each other's armies completely. So, technically I should drink for every engagement. And we're going to see a fourth base. Zerg is going to macro hard, and a third base now coming out for InZaNe, who has a decent-sized bioforce, but there are a lot of, not that many Zerglings out on the field. Baneling speed in production, a Spire now on the way as well, and two more hatcheries. One, I'm presuming is a macro hatch. Did I not see it? There it is. There's your macro hatch. And of course the lair is now out because the Spire otherwise couldn't be started. More gas on the way. We're going to see a Muta switch. +1/+1 coming out. +1/+2/+2, pardon me. And Baneling speed is now out on the field. Combat shields are just finishing up. +1/+1 is soon to follow. Medevacs coming out. An armory. Late game transition to mech is certainly a possibility at this point. The Zerg, though, has scouted InZane's third base. Marines coming in there to clean that up. A little bit of force pushes out with a couple of medevacs. A few more scouting Ling packs on the field to try and see what exactly they can, but they don't scout any of this out. It looks like the Terran player is heading out for a decent push. 12.5 minute timing. I suppose that's what it is going to hit. A couple of Banelings now out on the field, though. Connections are really what's going to make or break this, but the Overlord and the Queen are going to go down if there's not careful micro here. Here they come. The Lings with the speed come in. They connect with a couple of units. Excellent pickup. And so far, that was a pretty even trade. Deters this push significantly, though, so InZaNe is going to have to pack it in and go home, even though he does have the supply lead. He is healing up. A lot of damage done to those Marines and Marauders. One more Baneling in here. If it gets a good hit off, this could be it. And it goes! Completely missing under the radar! All of the bio! Oh no, InZaNe has no units to attack with. Just a couple of medevacs, and the Queen is going to make sure they are not a factor right now. They will not be able to heal those units that are not there. So, meanwhile, in production we have a lot more Zerglings and some Mutas now coming out on the field. +2 attack is finishing up. Mines are now in production. A best defense is a big amount of splash damage. Best defense is a big amount of splash damage. This bunker full of Marines, for some reason. Factory, Command Center, Barracks, a lot of bases being taken. Very heavy macro play, but here comes another big push, and the Zerg has scouted it, but he has a decent number of links. He's going to have to be very careful with his micro if he wants to avoid these mine hits. And, oh boy. Creep spreading just in time for it to be shot down by these Marines. The Widow Mines are coming out. Here come the Mutas. Oh, they're not in a great position, though. One of them is going to go down right before anything happens. The Mines are now in position, and they're going to get a huge number of hits off on there. Here they go, but not the greatest connections in the world. The Banelings are coming in, cleaning all of that up, forsaking everything. The Medevacs decide to head on back home, boosting. Excellent, excellent counter push by DJHelium, using his Lings burrowed for a very, very useful, effective scout. Oh, but the mines are right on top of all these Lings and Banes, even though they do get cleaned up thanks to the Overseers. Oh my goodness, a lot being lost by both players in this game. 133 units killed, though, for the Terran player to 82 of the Zergs, but the Zergs units are so much cheaper. It is absolutely ridiculous. And now we have a fifth base coming down for DJHelium. He is also getting +1 attack. So, for his flyers, that is. Drilling Claws now coming into effect. The Widow Mine upgrade for faster burrowing, as it were. Man, I have like 3 drinks that I'm in a deficit for. I totally forgot. Alright. So far, these have all been for the Terran player, though. Terrible engagements for the Terran player. A lot of Lings out on the field. No more Banes, but as I say that, I am instantly proven wrong because 31 gosh darn Banelings are in production. I really hope these Widow Mines and that tank do a lot of damage. Actually, there are no Widow Mines. Where are the Widow Mines? There they are. 2 of them. 3 of them. 4 of them. And a tank against 31 Banelings. Ultralisk Cavern now on the way. This is the Zerg endgame. Zergling, Baneling, Ultralisk. So good. Here comes a sneaky little bit of drop play with 1 Widow Mine and a lot of Marines poking ahead here into this base of the Zerg. But at the same time, this is going to be a very big engagement when the Zerg decides to drop it. I think this has been scouted, though. Yep, he's able to see it. And, of course, that 5th base is now under fire by 1 tank and 4 very ballsy Marines. A couple of drones are going to come in there and get just totally shut down. But these Mutalisks are going to clean up very, very nicely. Here come a mass amount of Lings. A couple of Widow Mines taking care of the burrow really quickly. They will get on top of this giant force. Big explosions, huge, huge connections. The Banelings are just rolling around for, you know, whatever, fun. But here they come, connecting with the majority of those Bioforces, doing a lot of damage. But the Zerg will get cleaned up. +3 now on the way. But also, we have +3 and +3 for the Zerg player, too, who is now transitioning into Ultralisks. So we're up to the point where we have 4 bases. 3 of which are mining bases for the Terran player. And yes, I do need to drink again. Okay. I wish I could see the chat if there's anyone actually watching right now. Fully mining bases, 4 of them, even though this is just about done here, for our Zerg player. Pretty good, even game so far, but DJHelium has taken the better of most engagements except that one. Except that last one, and that was much more mine heavy because, yes, of course, there are now 10 Widow Mines in this army. 4 medevacs, not a critical medevac count. 5 medevacs, I suppose, and more Widow Mines on the way. We're also going to finally see our tech lab researching the Marauder's concussive shells ability to slow the enemies down. This will be fairly useful, but maybe not as much as these Widow Mines. Big connections, nuking every one of those Zerglings, and here come more Widow Mines to do a little bit damage to soften up those Ultras. Big splash damage coming out of them, though, and the Mutalisks are going to come in and try and pick off some of those medevacs. Meanwhile, the other Ultralisks are soaking up the majority of the damage, and it looks like the Terran army is going to get driven back. Decent trade there, but in the end, it looks like the Zerg army is bent more on top of it. Here they come, though, the reinforcements. More Widow Mines in play, a lot more Marines and a few Marauders out on the field as well, stimming all the way to victory. But here come the Banelings, and a lot of Ultras now coming out of the field. What do we got, 5 or 6? What are we up at unit count-wise? We have 58 Zerglings, 17 Banes, down to 4 Mutas because no more being produced, and 6 Ultras. Decent numbers, but here comes the Terran army, just about maxed out, with 13 Widow Mines, 11 Marauders, and 53 Marines. So what happens when those 2 armies meet? Well, one, lots of explosions. Thank you, Widow Mines. And here they come. Lots of explosions. Good Marine splits. Baneling Connects are still doing excellent. This excellent placement of the debris. Oh my goodness, that was so good, forcing the Zerg back, but so few units left right now. DJHelium is just taking the engagements very well. He's able to remax so quickly with his excellent macro. And the Terran player, although he is very heavily fortified, very well defended, building a lot more command centers to try and hold off any counter-aggression that comes his way, he's still keeping very good on that side of the field. The debris is going to get nearly shut down. Mutas are going to say, nope. Oh, big Widow Mine hit. Doesn't kill anything, though. And DJHelium is actually finally going for this awesome spawning pool upgrade. But here comes a drop into the main base. Queen goes down. And it looks like it's going to snipe straight for the hive. 1 Ultra. That's not going to do enough. 2 Ultras. Okay, a bunch of Lings. That's going to do enough. But they're just going to go straight into the natural. Decent bit of harassment coming out of here. InZaNe is doing what he can do, what Terrans do best when you cannot trade effectively, which is a lot of the time harass the hell out of everyone. 1 medevac goes fired down. A lot of Mutalisks still out on the field here, cleaning it up quite nicely, but not before a lot of drone hits are taken. Workers killed, yeah, not that many in this game, but oh my goodness, so many hits. Little engagements going down here. The debris now being fired down by the Terran player himself. A lot of Widow Mines burrowed right there on the field. Nothing wants to go out and engage on that. But here comes the Terran force. He's not bringing the Widow Mines into range. Yes, he is baiting. There they come, but the flank is coming in from a couple of Vultures on the other side. They're absorbing the Widow Mine hits like it's nothing. And they're going to take out the bulk of this Bio Forces because that medevac cannot lift everything. And as soon as... well, there actually aren't any... you can't see these Widow Mines. Oh, God. Oh. Oh, God. Well, that was a bad engage for the Terran player again, by the way. And the Widow Mines get cleaned up. Another force coming down here, but the Bio Mine play is just not all that super effective against this Ultra, Ling, and Baneling composition. And the number of Mutas are just absolutely denying the sky. Medevacs are getting shut down left and right. There were some good drops into the main base, but all the upgrades right now are just... they're both maxed out. I mean, +2 flyer attacks is now being researched for DJHelium. Like, there's nothing left to do. And he's got a ridiculous bank. This game is absolutely going in favor of the Zerg right now. He's even starting to spread his creep all the way around the corners. No more bases being taken for the Terran player, except for this one that I just noticed. But even as I speak, here come the Mutalisks to deny it. They're going to shut this command center down, force it to turn right on back around, probably going to get to the red before that even can happen. And of course, this missile turret might even, he might even fire this down, but here come a bunch of repairing SCVs, and nope, they're going to go out. They're going to get out of there. Mutalisk bail, but even as I say, a giant engagement's going down over in the middle of the map with all of these planetary fortresses just getting absolutely destroyed by the Ultralisks. One Ultralisk does go down, but the planetaries are getting sniped. And here come the Marines, the Mines, the Medivacs, the Marauders. One Hellion, couple more Widow Mines, they're actually getting cleaned up quite nicely. Favorable engagement for the Terran player there. All of those expensive Ultralisks get killed off, but the bank of DJHelium is such that he can just remax, build 9 Ultras. He also has Pathogen Glands completing, and I need to drink. My goodness, that was a horrible engagement. But the Zerg, it doesn't even matter. He has so many units. And even now, continuing to deny this, 5th base of his opponent. None of these missile turrets are up and running. All of them will get shut down. This is a critical mass of mutas. They are going to have to back away, though. There is a lot of Marines out on the field. And another base being taken for the Zerg player pretty much right next to it. And wall-off is complete courtesy of those Marines. But this game is just getting all the way out. Ridiculous. Heavy macro. Very good out of both these players. Neither one has been less than maxed for very long. Let's take a look at the income, just while we have a lull in the action. 1640 or so. Yeah, just about dead even. 80 Zerg Harvesters and 70 SCVs for our Terran player, but look at the gas. That's the big difference, because the Zerg is just so gas-heavy in his composition. He does have a lot of Lings, yes. Well, he did have a lot of Lings. Now he's got 4. But a lot of Mutalisks and a lot of Ultralisks. And a fair number of other things that are gas-heavy too, like buildings. Excuse me. But here comes another big engagement. The Ultralisks all over, and a couple of Banelings rolling in to try and take out a lot of those Marauders and those Marines. Here they come, sandwiched right here. Oh, good stims and very good stutter steps. The Ultralisks are taking a lot of damage, dropping like flies, but a lot of damage is also being dealt to the Terran player, and those Medivacs are going to speed away from the Mutas. So right now the Mutas are in excellent position to start picking off some of this mining ability. Maybe not that one. Over here. This could be taken out very easily, and it looks like that's exactly what the Mutas are going to do, or at least going to scout it out first. A lot more Ultralisks still out on the field, but here comes the Bioforce to try and take this out. Looks like the SCVs are repairing very fast, but the missile turret does go down regardless, and here comes the Mutalisks. There are a lot of missile turrets here, but they are being picked off one by one. This is a very large mass of Mutas. We are up to, how many is it? That's 20 of them. Unfortunately, they are being split off. They are killing SCVs, but this may not be the most effective trade for them, unless the Zerg is looking to transition into Ling Bane, which he probably is, building a few more Ultralisks now that he's freed up some supply. Still a ridiculously high bank. And now the Terran is pushing into this last other mining base of DJHelium, but he's not even going to bother defending it, at least not until he can get a favorable position. And a lot of those Marines are going to get shut down, plus 3 flyer attacks now being researched, even though there really aren't any Mutas, well, 12 Mutas still, out on the field. And it looks like this base is pretty much uncontested. Meanwhile, the rest of the Mutas are going to stream across the map and draw the fire of those Marines. Here come the Ultras to try and take out this planetary fortress. A ridiculous amount of DPS being done to it, but healing almost just as fast. It is going to go down, though. Big hit to DJHelium, but he's going to have to do a lot of damage and try and pick this right back on up. The Ultras taking out so many of those units and so much of that production. They are going to run away very slowly. And, you know, effective base trade. And here come the Mutas to try and clean more of this up. The income is now dropping for both players. The Terran player is down to 300. He only has not even one mining base. Oh, he has no mining bases. This is the only one. And it's low. So right now things are not looking so good for InZaNe. And meanwhile, this big scary force of Ultralisks and extremely slow Queens, the march of the Ultras and the Queens, as it were, is going to come in here and clean up the rest of this production. But here comes the Bio Army Stimmable, lots of mines. This could be very bad, and maybe, well, not potentially game-ending, but there are a lot of Ultras here and Queens that are expensive to replace, and a few of them are going to draw the fire, and nope. YOLO, they leave. That would have been a terrible engagement, so I'll take half a sip. Oh my goodness. More of these Metalisks. Going to take out even more of these missile turrets, just trading what they can at this point, because right now there's not a lot else to do but continue to build things. So the SCVs are being picked off one by one, freeing up a bit of supply, but of course DJHelium just continuing his harassment, and meanwhile he's going to march over with these Zergling, Baneling, and Ultras over to this long-distance mining base that is about to become a regular mining base, and here they come. SCV is being pulled back, and this orbital command is going to not even land. Of course not. That is a terrible idea. Why would you even try to land while there's Ultralists everywhere? SCV is repairing the planetary fortress as soon as it's getting damaged, but here comes the other counter push. There's going to be another base trade. Here come the Mines, Marines, Medevacs, and Marines. Did I say Marines twice? I meant Marauders. And there's a bug in my room, distracting me from my casting. These bases aren't even being mined out of, though. Well, that one was, but not anymore. DJHelium's still continually maxed out. He's on the other side of the field, not in the greatest of positions, but he's blocking the expansion. Very, very effective, those changelings. And here comes another base, almost mined out. It's going to be taken out very, very well, but both players are dropping heavily in income. The Zerg, the only one with any income. Here comes a little bit more for the Terran player, picking right on back up, but denying that base very, very well. Flyer Carapace now being researched. Here comes a big push from these Zerglings and, of course, Ultralists. What can they do against the high ground, though? These are very, very well-positioned Marines, Marauders, and Mines, and they are marching right on in. Here come the Lings to tank a lot of the fire. Here come the Ultras, but they're going to go on back home. And now they're going to turn around, try and get a bit of a sandwich. There they go. Well, not quite a sandwich, but there's a lot of damage coming out of those Banelings. Oh my goodness, the sandwich is complete with one Ultralist here absorbing a lot of mine hits and picking up and going back on home. I think that turned out pretty favorably for DJHelium, but that was not an engagement that the Terran player wanted to take, so I won't count that one. And meanwhile, the orbital command is going back on down, but now the follow-up force from DJHelium is going to come out here. Production still continuing. 19 Mutalisks now, a big old, I won't even call it a Muta switch because he's just continuing to produce what he's been lacklusterly producing a good chunk of this game. The income tab now in the Terran's favor, but only while this mining base stands. And a big force coming up here to defend it, but they are very low from stimming. Not a lot of medevac energy left. And more Mutalisks coming in, but if they are able to snipe, no, they're not going to be able to snipe. This is going to be a lot of damage done. Oh, and all of a sudden, he doesn't have anything left. InZaNe says GG. Whoa! Okay. Well, cheers. That was interesting, to say the least. That was StarCasts, and this is me with my throat pretty gone right now. Well, I hope you enjoyed the show. Stick around. I think I'll be doing a little bit of laddering after this. We'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll even play League of Legends. Oh my god, a game that's not StarCraft. What? Alright. I'm going to see if anyone's said anything in chat, if anyone's actually watching this. Because I'm going to watch this while I'm... Yep. Hi. Yeah. Alright, well this is the end of StarCasts number 21. Hope you enjoyed it. It was a nice little TVZ, ZVT, whatever you want to call it. And until next time, this is Pyrotechnics signing off, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes with some streaming, so have fun and good luck.